As an efficiency coach, I'm all about finding ways to streamline practices to make them more successful. I have specific systems that work really well, but I'm always looking for new ways to help practices save time, money, and energy. So I've been reaching out to several vendors and other consultants and researching different products and services. Because one of the areas that I feel in our industry that is in desperate need to make more efficient is the whole entire process of referring patients to specialists. My experience when I worked in the front office, that if this is done correctly, this can be a really time-consuming task. So I'm going to share my screen with you because I didn't want to miss anything. I am going to show you everything that's involved when you refer a patient to a specialist. Okay, so here we go. All right. The first thing, number one, the doctor has to fill out a physical referral slip and then document the referral in the patient's clinical notes. Number two, when the patient is still there, hopefully your practice has the front office call the specialist to coordinate an appointment for the patient instead of letting the patient call on their own, because we all know if that's the case, most likely it ain't gonna happen. So number three, this one I feel is the most important, follow-ups. Have the front office create a follow-up reminder to check back with the specialist after the patient's scheduled appointment date. Now this is done for several reasons. I'm going to scroll up here so we can see. Okay. A, to make sure the patient kept their appointment. B, if they didn't, did they reschedule? I mean, you need to document either way in the patient's chart, but if they did reschedule, create another follow-up reminder. C, did they complete all the patient's treatment or are they returning for a second appointment? If returning, note the date of their next appointment and once again, create another follow-up reminder. D, if all treatment is complete and the patient has insurance, ask the specialist's office how much are they expecting from the insurance company. Now, this is going to come into play a little bit later. So we're going to move on to number 4, which is documentation. Most computer softwares have an area in the patient's account where you enter which specialist you refer the patient to. Now, this is great information to have because let's say one day you want to see how many patients you're referring to a specific specialty. Maybe you'll discover that it would be more profitable or in your best interest to find for, let's say an example, a traveling oral surgeon that comes in once a month to do all of your surgeries. This way you're keeping it in-house, making more money. So that's why I definitely recommend utilizing this area in your software. Now, the second thing that needs to be documented is your front office should be notating in the patient's chart where you referred them, for what procedure, and the date of their appointment with the specialist. Now, if they didn't schedule, they also need to document the reason why and determine if creating another follow-up reminder is in order. Number 5, scanning the referral slip, exporting any x-rays, perio charts, or any other documentation, and then emailing everything as attachments to the specialist. That could be a little time consuming itself. Okay, so moving on to number 6. Yay, more follow-up and reminders. I know you guys are gonna kill me. After they see the specialist, you need to make sure you receive the reports from them. You need these for your own records. Plus, the doctor needs to review them and advise the front office if the patient needs to return for any subsequent procedures. Then the report, of course, needs to be filed and scanned into the patient's chart. So number 7, if subsequent procedures are necessary for the patient, this is where knowing how much insurance monies were used over at the specialist, because it's important, that way the front office can create a more accurate treatment plan for the treatment that they need to return for and present it to the patient. And lastly, of course, contacting the patient and going over the treatment plan and getting them scheduled for an appointment. So I'm going to stop sharing with you right now and bring myself back up because, wow, I mean, that's a lot of work. I remember spending hours alone just going back and forth with the specialist on all of the follow-ups that need to be done. So I was really relieved when I met a gentleman by the name of Travis Rogers back in January, who created a product called One-Click Referral, which streamlines this entire process. And the good thing about it is it's absolutely free for the general dentist. Now, I had the opportunity to chat with Travis about One-Click Referral, and he did a quick demo and showed how it worked. So I'm going to provide a link where you can review and watch the entire interview between the two of us. But if you don't have time for that and you are interested still and want to find out more information, you can shoot them an email. You can request a private demo, or you can just look at their website, which is www.oneclickreferral.com, or you can email them. Their email address is support@oneclickreferral.com, or you can even text the word click, C-L-I-C-K, at 444-999. Now, please note, I don't get any kickbacks for referrals. I just really think that this is a great product. So check it out if you get a chance. So that should do it for today. I hope you found this information helpful. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next time.